Just to point out something, again, Sergeant Pipper, just for you this, mate, look at this UCAD signal here on the daily. See how it went through the orange line, that stopped it going up, but this is a bounce. Look, it came all the way down to here, then carried on to the BB band, right? Now what stops it? There you go, right? It didn't turn, that to me there, to there, even though it went down quite big there, right, was a bounce. That's a bounce. Okay? And then it continued on up because that signal didn't have another signal against it, right? It hit the BB band there and you did get a signal against it, and that's when it went down. Okay, so the signals on dailies for me, direction, when they hit orange lines, they hit purple lines, if you don't get a signal against them, it's just a bounce, albeit a very big one. Right, there were 3 reasons why I read the GU up. Okay, mainly the signals. If you look over here, the last 4 signals on these 4 charts, apart from that tiny red there, right, up, 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 and this, setup here was up. Okay, that's the first point. The second point is, right, that I have said in the past that the only thing to stop supers in particular from working are orange lines, purple lines, and arrows in the opposite direction. And I'll just show you what I mean here. This daily went up to this orange line, the daily orange line, then it had a bounce. This is a bounce, it's not the trend continuing, because this, in my opinion, has turned the trend. At least, until another signal appears. I can give you another example of that there. You see you had a daily red, right, it went up here, but this would have come back to this orange line and bounced if it didn't have another signal change in direction. So it would have come back to this orange line, bounced, and then probably continued on up if that signal didn't appear. Alright, so yeah, the first point there, as I say, was the last 4 signals were up. The second point is that this is a bounce. Right, the third point, right, we've just had 9 o'clock, as you can quite clearly see there. We've just had the new candles. You get a new candle here, here, and here. Right, now look at the 8-hour chart. Right, up, it's gone through, it's bounced, come back down. This candle here has a wick on it, which means it's already starting to go back up. You're nudging up against the 8-hour orange line. Right, look at the 4-hour. Went up, came all the way back down to here, but the BB band flips up. Right, I'll explain about that in a moment. Right, and again, nudging up against the 4-hour orange line. Right, so basically what we've got here now, this is a lower low. Okay, this is a higher low. Alright, this on the 4-hour is a lower low, this is a higher low. Okay, so what you've got, Sarge, if you look on the 8-hour chart here, goes up, comes back down, and what is this now going to do? You trade it every day, Sarge. You have a lot of success trading this kind of setup. Right? You'll see it all over. First move, second move. First move, second move. Higher low. Lower low. Okay, and that's what it was forming. That's what I was trying to explain to you. When this setup was there. To me, the GU was up. Okay. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the dailies, the 8, the 4, the 1. Obviously, these are the main charts for getting a bias. And I just want to show you before we go on. Can you see this? See this daily? Oh, it's gone up. It's hit the orange line, then it's come down, and then it's left a wick here. So basically, after this day, when this wick was forming, when this, like this, my bias straight away for the next day was up, and this is what happened. And basically, because we'd already bounced off the orange line, the next time, the probability of it going through that orange line increases. Okay. Right, okay, again, it's still, pretty weak, the pound, but basically we had to move up, then we had this move down. Now, we broke the orange line, but look what happened, guys. You can see the wick, it went back to the orange line, so it's broke the orange line, gone back to the orange line, then it's headed to the BB band. The BB band flips up here. You can see on this one there's a wick. It went up, from the BB band back to the orange line, and then on the next occasion it broke that BB band. Okay, so basically this is the formation that you're getting: up to the orange line, down off the orange line, through the orange line to the BB band, basically here, from the BB band through the orange line, back to the orange line, back to the BB band, back to the orange line, through the BB band. Alright, we come in the room. Right, this is what we've got on the GU. Okay, what does everybody think here? What are you looking at? You're all looking at this, aren't you? This daily signal here, and you're thinking up, aren't you? Same with the EG. You're thinking down, aren't you, because of the daily? Same with the GCAD. You're thinking up, aren't you, because of the daily? The little reds. And apart from that, let me just highlight again what I've been trying to say to people and members. You see this down move? Hits the orange line, bounces, goes through the orange line, BB band, bounces. Okay, you know what? Tomorrow, this is going down through this BB band. That's my bias for tomorrow, down. Okay, in fact, you know, again, this is one of them where I'd be thinking, oh right, long-term trade, let this go up a bit more, break this BB band, and then, you know, when the 8-hour candles closed, the current 8-hour candles closed, it's just opened now, you see, so what was it, 4 hour, sorry, not the 8-hour, 4-hour candles closed, because the 8-hour started at 7:05, was it, must have, room time. I get confused with the room time, guys. It's a bit different for us in the States. It's 2 o'clock when it opens. Okay, over here in the UK. But anyway, when this candle closes, you know, and this candle closes it, I'd be looking to take, you know, maybe an overnight trade down here, basically based on what I see off the daily there. It's bounced off the orange line, it's gone through to the BB band, it's bounced. Chances are this is now going to go straight through this BB band here. Okay, GCAD, very, very similar. However, what you might find here is you'll get a bounce down off the orange line, then it will shoot up to the BB band, and then it might go down from the 8-hour BB band. Okay, so I would suggest a down trade, an up trade, and then another down. Okay, or movement I should say. Alright. Yeah, EG again, look, you're thinking about this down because it's got a daily signal on it. Well, look where you are on the 8-hour. Look at this 8-hour BB band flip up here. You know, this is, to me, this is up. This is up because again, this hits the orange line, comes down. Right, so tomorrow I would think up, and luckily, you know, number 62 does show is the next day. Oh, is it? Yeah, you see guys, this was the candle. It closed, you see, it went back up, it closed pretty much through the BB band, so I would have put my sell stop there for a nighttime trade. And look, this is just reading, guys, what happens here, right? And it happens here on the dailies, it happens on the 5 minutes, you know, it happens on the 15 minutes, the 30 minutes, the 1 hours, it happens on all the time frames. Okay, EG, yeah, look, great call on this one as well. Look, hit the orange line, came back down to here, up she went, and again, look where we were. That was yesterday. You could have put, when that candle closed, you could have put a buy stop just there. Okay, and caught that before, you know, before we come in overnight, or I mean, it's today as it happened in the European session. But you know, if you can, you know, a lot of you are Americans and you'll be asleep and that, but just put it on the night before.